Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ian B. Moral from BEd 2 Block 18, your discussion for today. And today I will tackle about professional ethics. So before we start our main discussion, let us define first what is profession. A profession is a job that requires specific training and is regulated by certain standards. So according to Roscoe Pound, profession is a group pursuing a learned art as a common calling in the spirit of public service. A profession is a vocation founded upon specialized high educational training, so the purpose of which is to supply objective counsel and service to others for direct and definite compensation. So, professional ethics. Professional ethics encompass the personal and corporate standard of behavior expected of professionals. It is concerned with one's behavior conduct when carrying professional work. So, professional ethics, it is ethical norms, value, and principle that guides a professional and the ethics of decision made within the profession. So we have here the concept map of professional ethics. So the consequences based on ethics outcome, the ideal base ethics character, and the last one is the based ethic rule code and standard. So let's move on to the definition of professional ethics. So according to Secondary Commission stated, the teacher will not look upon their word as an unpalatable means of carrying scanty living, but an avenue through which they are rendering significant social service, as well as find some measure of self-fulfillment and self-expression. So according to Banks, 2003, explained that Code of Ethics is usually a written document produced by professional association, occupational regulatory body, or other professional body with the stated aim of guiding the practitioners who are the members, protecting service user, and safeguarding the reputation of professions. So we have here the components of professional ethics. So number 1 is the honesty. Number 2 is the accountability. Number 3 is respectfulness. Number 4 is objectivity. Number 5 is transparency. Then number 6 is integrity. Number 7, confidentiality. And the last one is the obedient to the law. So let us proceed to the number 1, which is honesty. So honesty is the best policy. If I lose mine, I lose myself, by William Shakespeare. So honesty refers to a facet of moral character and denote positive virtues attributes such as integrity, truthfulness, and straightforwardness, alone with the absence of lying, cheating, or theft. So integrity, the second component of professional ethics. So integrity without knowledge is weak and useless, and knowledge without integrity is dangerous and dreadful. It is according to Samuel Johnson. So it means integrity is the concept of consistency of action, values, method, measures, principle, expectation, and outcomes. So integrity can be regarded as opposite of hypocrisy, that is regard internal consistency as a virtue. Then the fourth component is the accountability. So when man points a finger at someone else, he should remember that 4 of his fingers are pointing at himself. It is according to Louis Nizer. So accountability is often used synonymously with such concepts as answerability, blameworthiness, liability. So it is the acknowledgement and assumption of responsibility for action, product, decision, policies, and be answerable for resulting consequences. It cannot be exist without proper accounting practices. So the fifth component is the confidentiality. So in intelligence work, there are limits to amount of information one can share. So confidentially is essential. It is according to Gage de Vries. So confidentially is an ethical principle of discretion associated with professions such as medicine, law, and psychotherapy. So in this business, the confidentiality of information a mainstream adaptation of the need to know. So confidentially regarding number 1, whose interest. So number 2, whose interest confidentially information of number 1, worker, number 2, employer, number 3, colleague, number 4 is competitor. So the sixth component is the objectivity. The belief in objectivity is a faith in fact, a distrust in value, and commitment to their segregation. It is according to Michael Skadson. So it means that objectivity is a principle of journalistic professionalism. So objective is a journalism enables highly accelerated news reporting and delivery. So which sometimes is at tension with standard of objectivity. So the seventh component is the respectfulness. So I speak to everyone is the same way whenever he is the garbage man or the president of university. So it is according to Albert Einstein. So respect gives a positive feeling of esteem for a person and conduct representative of that esteem. So respect can be specific feeling of regard for the actual qualities of one respected. So rude conduct is usually considered to indicate a lack of respect. So disrespect, whereas action that honors somebody or something indicate respect. The opposite of respect is contempt. The last component of the professional ethics is the obedience to the law. An unjust law is itself a species of violence. Arrest for its breach is more so. It is according to Mahatma Gandhi. So, law is a set of enforced rules under which a society is governed. Law is one of the most basic institutions and one of the most necessary. So, the law does establish the rules that defines a person's right and obligation. So, the law also sets a penalty for people who violate these rules. In fact, the laws frequently are changed to reflect changes in society needs and attitudes. So law is a system of rules and guidelines which are enforced through social institutions to govern behavior. So teachers and responsibility. Teachers is constantly under the scrutiny of his students and society. So make professional growth continuous through study and research. So it is the contribution of knowledge. So teacher and students. So encourage students to improve their achievements, refrain from punishment, sexual abuse, mental and emotional harassment. So that's ends of my report. Thank you for listening.